actually worried for KBeauty. I feel like a lot of Korean girlies have moved on to this product right here. And it's probably the most gorgeous eye palette I've ever witnessed in my whole entire life. Guys, I'm actually worried for KBeauty. While KBeauty has been all about getting that glass skin look with amazing skincare brands, CBeauty has been dropping some amazing technology and art. And of course, the amazing makeup brands like Florescence and Flower Nose has been around for quite some time, but nowadays, I've really been seeing a lot of CBeauty take over the vanity amongst Korean beauty influencers as well as Korean makeup artists. So for today's video, I thought I would dig deeper into these viral CBeauties and let you guys know if they're worth checking out or not. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get this video started. Now, before we get this video started, I just wanted to let you guys know I just launched my ebook on the best beauty locations to visit in Korea. That's right, guys, from the best skin clinics to the best spas, to the best head spas, to even food places. I've listed all of the insiders' picks, the places that locals actually go to with exclusive benefits and perks worth over $3,000. And I just launched and I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoy. I really wrote this and prepared this project for the bottom of my heart. And once again, guys, none of the places that I listed pay me or I have no relations with them whatsoever. So it's a full list of no strings attached places that you can check out. So make sure to check out the description box down below. Starting off with the viral product, this is the AZTK Jello Color Liquid Blush. You guys probably have seen this all over your feed. It's been quite some time now, but I still see it. And so of course I had to check it out. I know they used the color 04, but I picked up 06 from Yes Style just because I felt like this was more my shade. And so this is basically your liquid type blush. And it starts as a liquid blush, but once you blend it out, it has this amazing powdery, feathery finish. And the tip is really easy to use as well. I really do appreciate this applicator just because not only is it really precise, but it also helps you cover a big layer of your face. So it's very convenient, very well thought out. And I love how you get a really nice amount of products once you put this in, because I feel like the amount of the blusher you use, it can get tricky if you're not careful, if you're not used to the product. But everything about this just makes it so easy for the person to use. Now, going back to the viral content, I of course had to try it out for myself. I saw people just apply this all over like their cheek areas to cover up the dark circles, which I of course did. And let me just tell you guys, I feel like in the viral videos, people put on a lot of product and it just looks so messy. Let me tell you, this formulation, it's not thin. It is pretty thick. So if you put too much, it is going to emphasize your texture, your pores. So I do recommend just going in with a small amount and it will work. And I do feel like from a Korean girly who's used to the KBeauty aesthetics, it is that hack, the viral trend, the hack is a bit too much. But I still did enjoy this nonetheless, and I will still keep on using it. I do want to note that which shade you get is going to be really important when using this product, just because you are putting it over a quite large area, surface of your face. So I feel like matching the shade to your complexion is going to be very important. So that's why I picked up 06. I will pick up 04 too though, because I'm very curious about it myself. So if you guys want that doe-in, lip from within, long-lasting blush, I do actually recommend this. I thought this was so fun to use. It's easy to use. It works. The blusher, it lasts a long time. P.S. It's not the blusher I have on right now, but I do really appreciate this. And I can't wait to check out other shades as well. And it blends out really easily. So I feel like even if you're a novice, or even if you don't have too many experiences using a blush, this will be very easy to use. So just for reference, my personal color is spring warm or bright, like somewhere in between. And this color that I picked up is more of a coral. It has more of a coral base to it than just the regular pink shade. And so if you look at that, it starts out as a liquid, but you blend that in and it turns into this really feathery finish. It is matte, which is definitely a finish that's not really trending in Korea right now, but amongst the Chinese girlies, the doing girlies, definitely I know that this is a thing. Next, I want to talk about a group of products that are the most popular within Korea, and I swear I see them so much now amongst Korean professional makeup artists as well as Korean beauty influencers. First, let's talk about this contour and highlight palette, because Lord, I feel like a lot of Korean girlies have moved on to this product right here. So this is the Judydoll style. A highlight and contour, I have it number 1. So for the longest time, you guys know, we've had that history in K-Beauty where everyone was using the Too Cool for School, and we moved on to Etude or Rome, and now we've moved on to this palette right here, and I checked it out and I can totally see why. I totally get the hype. So just from the get-go, it looks like a really simple palette, right? You get a nice kind of more of a dusty brown shade and a darker one. Then you get a glitter highlight, and then this is more of a pale ivory shade. And at first glance, it looks really normal. But let me tell you, this is the most exquisite contouring palette I've ever used. First, there's something about these powders that make them so silky and smooth. And apparently it uses the ingredient boron nitride for that silky finish. And even though it goes on powdery, when you apply it onto your skin, it doesn't look splotchy or blotchy. So you can see I did my nose contour with this palette, and it kind of just gives you the nice shade, like an actual contour. So if you look up closely, you can barely see the product itself. It honestly just looks like I got a nose job done or something, right? Can you see that? I swear it doesn't look messy at all if you look at it closely, which is what usually happens when I use other palettes. But with this one, I swear it just creates these nice shadows and contours for your skin ever so naturally. Like I said, it doesn't get messy, but it shows up, but it still looks so natural. So I feel like if you're really into that Dilwyn look, or you want that more of a stronger, stark contrast, this palette is definitely worth checking out. I also got mine at YesStyle. As a matter of fact, all of the products I picked up at YesStyle. So I highly recommend this palette. And even the white shade, you might be like, Sue, how do I even use that? So I like to use this on my nose bridge, on the nose, and it does show up, but it's once again very natural, very silky, very blendable. So I think this palette is definitely worth checking out, and I can totally see why so many Korean girlies are using this for sure. Next, this Juicy blush. This is also something I see a lot of Korean makeup artists use. As a matter of fact, I've seen this product on so many of their vanity. If I can open this up. So I picked mine up in the color G254. I do think this is a bit too pink for my complexion, but it is the blush I have on right now. Actually, to be more specific, this is the blush I worked underneath, and then I did my base makeup on top just because I thought this went on too strongly, and then I topped it off with this, and that's why the color does match my complexion just a bit more. But anyways, so this is a dual cream contour, and what's really interesting about this one as well is that you have this more of a gunky cream that you can act as a base or even like a highlight. So it's very thick, so make sure to use a light hand when you use this, and you'll notice that it's very bright. And once again, once you blend it out, it has that velvety texture. It doesn't feel, you don't feel any of that like stickiness or glowiness at all. It's magical. So you have this more lighter cream for the base that you can put all over, and I saw this reels where this girl was putting it on the places where she wanted to highlight, which is something I did. Let me tell you, once again, it's gunky, so make sure to use a light hand or it will look messy, especially if you're more used to the K-Beauty aesthetics. And then you use this more of a softer, lighter gel type cream that's a lot more, I guess, subtle. It's not as gunky as this one. This one is so exquisite as well. It melts down on your hand, but once you blend it out, it also has that kind of feathery finish. Do you guys see? So this pair is amazing. And I feel like the smaller palette, it does give you that extra glow, which you guys know I'm all for. I love. So with this cream blush, it doesn't just sit on your skin, it kind of emerges into your skin. So it lasts for a very long time, and the color is so gorgeous. I will say though, I've noticed that in Korea, what's in trending right now is the 멀멀 makeup, which basically translates to like really kind of dead zombie colors, kind of baked look that all put together, gradient colors. Whereas I feel like with the Douyin trend or the C Beauty or the Chinese C Beauty girlies, it's really about that filtered, really like everything looks so bright, so powdery, like baby butt, smooth, velvety. And so we're talking about light colors and also pink, red colors that really accentuate your features as well. So I feel like this is very befitting with that trend. And of course, the quality of this product is really good. I think if you know how to kind of maneuver your way with this, you can get a really good use out of this. My only, I guess, dilemma with this is that I just find this paler color to be a bit too gunky. So I definitely will be using a flat brush to really highlight the parts that I want to emphasize when contouring my skin as well. But this is definitely something I will use. Another product I'm seeing a lot of is the Judydoll Slim Liquid Eyeliner that I got in 02 Deep Brown. This is probably one of the most slimmest eyeliner I've ever tried, and yet it's firm. So I really did enjoy using this as well. So it's a liquid eyeliner, and the flick that you get is so precise. I will say though, after having used this for quite some time, I noticed that the ink doesn't last too long. I mean, I'm an eyeliner girl all day, and you guys know one of the situations that I deal with is the fact that my eye makeup smudges all the time, right? So I need my eyeliner to stay put for a long time, but I feel like this is the long lasting, for me just personally, the longevity doesn't cut it. But in terms of the initial pigmentation that you get, the payoff is very good, and it's so thin. So I feel like this would be really good to draw in your under lashes. I personally don't love drawing under lashes just because I'm too lazy, but if you are into that, this is something that you can definitely use. And I know a lot of Korean girlies also really like using this as well. Last but definitely not least are these eye palettes. I know these have been around for a while, but I still wanted to showcase them and share with you guys because they're so pretty. How could you not fall in love with them? Okay, first I have the Flower Nose. This is a Little Angel collection, number 1, Eden's Angel, and oh my gosh, this is a work of art. I feel like it's so beautiful, and I personally am not the biggest fan of these kind of like very intricate, antique-ish. It reminds you of like the Barbie or the toys that you used to play around when you're younger, right? I'm not a really big fan of those, but this, they've done such a good job that I immediately became a fan nonetheless. Like honestly, the work of art that they put into it is amazing, and the palettes are actually good. The payoff is good. I honestly thought it was gonna just be like pretty trash, like it's pretty to look at, but it wasn't gonna serve me anything, but it's serving, it's working, guys. So the shade I picked up is more of a milk tea base, as you can see, and this is an all-in-one palette. So you have your highlighting colors, your base colors, and then your deeper colors to contour your eyes. And I want to say the payoff is a lot more harder than the usual KBeauty eye palettes that you get, but it's not as up to the part like our Urban Decay ones. So it's definitely there. It's definitely blendable. It works. The only thing I'm annoyed about is the fact that every time I use it, the beautiful engravings on these eye palettes, they disappear, which I'm very heartbroken about. So I find myself refraining from using them. So that's like the only thing. And what's interesting is that Flower Nose, actually, they did a pop-up in Seoul, I want to say last year. But ever since then, I haven't really seen them. And I think this kind of relates to how the whole system of the beauty city runs in Korea. In Korea, Olive Young is number 1. Like, it is Olive Young or nothing. Like, seriously, they have a chokehold on the beauty industry. So I feel like had they struck like a deal with Olive Young, I feel like more and more Korean girlies would have loved to try this out, but I feel like that didn't work out. So they had a pop-up and there hasn't been anything else afterwards. So I think they're just trying to figure out how to actually infiltrate and enter the Korean beauty scenery successfully. But until then, you can get yours on YesStyle, and I definitely do recommend. I just can't find myself using it because it's so pretty. So this one, and of course you guys know the Fluorescent, I don't know how to pronounce it. So this is the Flora Engraving Phoenix Makeup Palette, the number 4 Burgundy Sunset. And it's probably the most gorgeous eye palette I've ever witnessed in my whole entire life. Like, honestly, how do they do this? Like, this artistry is what I feel like makes me worried about KBeauty, just because the level of technology that probably went into this is out of this world. They didn't carry too much of the shades that I felt like I could pull off. They had a lot of more of these stronger shades, but I'm still happy with it. And I feel like as a makeup enthusiast, you know, you guys know I love makeup as much as I love skincare. I feel like this is just worthy having sitting in my collection. Like, I don't even have to use it. Just looking at it, like, I'm mesmerized by it. But all kidding aside, once again, the pigmentation is pretty strong with this one. I want to say this one definitely gives off that burgundy look, that strong reddish look, which I feel like is more popular in China in the C beauty industry. Like this is not a thing in Korea as of now, and speaking of trends. But you get a nice shimmer shade, you get these nice blendable shades, point colors that's going to elevate your look, more highlighting shades, and all of these are so beautiful. The payoff is there. Once again, I find myself hesitating using this because I don't want the engravings to disappear. I don't know, guys. I do have a dilemma. I do want to use it, but I don't want to use it at the same time. Once again, if you do want to check these out, make sure to check out Yesa. This is where I got all of them. But it's so pretty. Like, let me just show you guys this shade right here. Like, it just aches my heart now as I'm doing this, but you can see. I feel like the Florist, this palette have a stronger payoff pigmentation for sure. Now, that might be because the color palette of this eye palette is a lot more stronger, whereas this one is more of like a milk tea, like a more of a mulmul style. So I don't know if it's because of that, but I feel like the pigmentation that I get from this palette, this brand is a lot stronger. But I just want to show you that because, oh my gosh, once these eye palettes enter Korea, like K-beauty brands, they better step up. Like seriously, it's so pretty, guys. So I feel like one of the problems with K-beauty palettes is that they're either too sheer or too ashy, for sure. Like I'm right there with you. Sometimes when I use some of these palettes, I'm like, it's not doing anything for me. But with C Beauty palettes, I feel like regardless of what kind of color composition it has, it shows up. It shows up a lot stronger than you'd expect. And I feel like in a way that's better because you don't want anything to be too sheer that it feels like you're just applying on translucent powder, right? You want something to show up. So I feel like in that sense, C Beauty definitely does it better. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys also enjoy any of the C Beauty makeup products or even skincare products, let me know in the comments down below so I can check them out. Like I am so hooked and I'm so excited. And I know in the intro I said like I'm scared for K-beauty Wanda, but honestly, guys, I feel like the more advancements we see in the industry as a whole, the whole quality rises along naturally. So the more fierce competition we have, the better. I feel like it makes all of the brands get nervous, step up their game, hence give us better options and better quality. So I have nothing against C Beauty going over. I'm just happy to see that everyone's like getting a piece of their amazing technology and art. Very excited. So let me know if you guys have any other recommendations when it comes to C Beauty or J Beauty as well. I love them both. But yeah, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next. Ciao!